Welcome to Saving the Investor. I'm Alfie Townsend, Southwest Florida's certified financial planner professional. And protecting and growing your nest egg is my business. Safeguarding your financial future requires careful navigation through a sea of challenges. Stay tuned for insights that will empower you to make informed decisions and protect your retirement savings. Let's navigate these uncertain times together right here on Saving the Investor. Coming up on today's show,
straight talk on annuities, strategies for volatility, differences between wills and trusts, and much more.
Welcome to Saving the Investor with certified financial planner, investment advisor, and insurance professional Alfie Townsend, president of Advantage Retirement Group. Alfie is a published author, radio show host, speaker, and industry leader.
Why do you use an annuity? A lot of people use it for the wrong thing.
He works with retirees and pre-retirees to build and protect their nest egg and offers his experience to help those concerned about financial independence in retirement. If you've got questions about retirement, Saving the Investor starts now.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Saving the Investor. Glad you're with us on this Sunday morning. This is Alfie Townsend from the Advantage Retirement Group, and I am Craig Wolf. We're pleased to be imparting some of Alfie's knowledge and wisdom based on his 40-plus years experience in this field. You started, Alfie, I should say good morning to you and give you a chance at least to say something.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning.
You started in the insurance business.
Yeah.
And that leads me to kind of our topic to kick things off. I see these commercials, I can't think of the guy's name, but it's about annuities, and he's got some branding kind of deal where he calls it IHateAnnuities.com. Yeah. Let's talk about annuities. What are they, and how do you feel about them?
That's really a disservice. Now, we do mostly managed money, but there is a time that people come into the office and they say, you know what, Alfie, I hear you with the market, and I'm afraid of it. I want nothing to do with the market, but CDs aren't paying that much, money markets aren't paying that much. Is there anything out there? A lot of times we'll use annuities and that's something I always say is you need to have an advisor that understands annuities, understands insurance, understands how the market works, understands portfolios, understands institutional versus retail, not one that just stuck with the market and doesn't know the others. So what I would say is this: first of all, if your risk number is so low that you cannot have a portfolio. Now, we have portfolios that have like buffers in there that would cover the first 20% down, and you could make, a pretty decent up, about 12, 13%. Some people like that. Will put some of that in their portfolio. But if they totally want income, or if they want something to pass on to their kids, or they want something to not ever have to worry about the market, fixed index annuity might be a good option for them. We'll use it every now and then for when we're building a portfolio. If somebody's risk is like a moderate, I would rather put them in something that has an opportunity to make that 4 to 7, 8%, right? Without fees on it for them. In addition to that, it brings their risk down to real low, because a portfolio with bonds are a risk of about a 25. On a fixed annuity, Craig, it's a risk of 1.
So that's a risk number that...
A risk number of 1. That means you're not going to lose money. You leave your money in there, you're not going to lose money.
How do you determine what the risk factor is for your clients?
So what we're going to do is we're going to ask them a series of questions. We have a program that we use that was put together by a team of psychologists. And the psychologists, these are questions that you can't just say yes or no. It shows you, if you say you want this answer, it's because you're willing to take a little bit of risk. If you want this answer, there's no risk involved. So it does an assessment. It works very, very well.
Having nothing to do with money. It's just from a psychological standpoint.
Well, it has to do with money, how much you're going to make or lose. So, you can see I had one person come in, they said, man, if I knew I was going to have to take this test this morning, I would have went to bed a little earlier last night. Right. But it's not that hard of a test. There's only about 8 questions, and then it gives you a good risk number on that. But some people just don't want anything to do with the market. So what are you going to do with those people that come in and you can't help them because they want, you're going to give them a bunch of bonds? Well, that's not diversified. You want to be able to offer a different, when we're talking about risk reduction, an annuity could be a good part where you can make a, guaranteed income from that for life, not worry about any type of market volatility. You just want a good income. And there's trillions and trillions of dollars in annuities, Craig. That's what I tell people. Social Security is an annuity. And then you have people that retire. They have an annuity from an insurance company. So not all of them are bad. That's all I'm saying. There's some good ones, and there's ones that you definitely want to stay away. But with 40 years of this business, we don't offer the ones that you want to stay away. We want to give you ones that make sense to you. Your risk tolerance has a lot to do with what we do with our portfolios.
Right. Alfie, thank you. If you have any questions about annuities, about your risk tolerance and how to determine it, or any questions about the topics we cover here on Saving the Investor, we encourage you to give Alfie a call here at the Advantage Retirement Group. Stick around, much more to come on Saving the Investor. Stay with us.
You are watching Saving the Investor, where your money matters.
Are you ready to take control of your retirement and create a sound financial future? Well, the first step is simple. Be one of the first 7 callers right now and schedule your complimentary, no-risk, no-obligation retirement review with Alfie and his concierge team. When you visit Alfie's office, you'll sit down and discuss your unique goals and concerns. Alfie and his team, they don't just talk about financial planning, they craft personalized solutions. On your first visit, you can expect expert analysis of your current situation, risk mitigation techniques, tax saving strategies, and that's just for starters. In the world of financial planning, experience matters. And with over 40 years of experience, Alfie understands the needs of those who are retired or soon to be retired. From investment allocation to income planning, tax strategies, and estate planning. Your retirement success plan awaits simply by taking advantage of Alfie's complimentary, no-risk, no-obligation retirement review. Be one of the first 7 callers right now at 239-747-1080. That's 239-747-1080. Call now. Your future financial self will thank you.
One thing about being in the financial business for over 40 years, we get a lot of questions all the time, and especially us because we have a TV and radio show. So we're going to take some of these questions that are asked frequently. That means that you are wanting to know the answers, and you're going to get them today.
With all the talk about AI lately, I'm wondering if now would be a good time to switch from a human advisor to a robo-advisor.
Yeah, I can see how that could be very intriguing for you. But one thing, robo-advisors have been out quite some time. And the situation that we see with robo-advisors, there's no emotion in there. There's no one to really talk to. And they're making the decisions. But a lot of times, a robo-advisor, when the market has a big dip, they will go to cash, or they're going to make some adjustments that a human would not make because they look at it different. So that could cost you a lot of money. That's number one. Number two, when you have AI, we use AI, our portfolio managers uses AI to weed out really companies that that won't fit inside the portfolio, and they could do a lot faster. So AI we're using right now with our portfolio managers. So it's not a bad thing, but a robo-advisor, that's something totally different. I like the human touch, and I like the face-to-face and seeing clients on the other side of the table where we can talk about their needs and what they're looking for, that's coming up for the new year or the future.
You are watching Saving the Investor, where your money matters.
Are you worried about inflation and how it's affecting your retirement?
Well, you're not alone. According to a recent study, 73% of Americans rank their finances as their number one stress in life.
But don't worry, there's help available. Alfie's free retirement toolkit can help you transform your worries into confidence.
Inside this toolkit, you'll find valuable resources like a guide to creating a retirement income plan, tips for saving for retirement, and strategies for protecting your retirement savings from inflation.
Plus, you'll get a copy of Alfie's new book, Making Waves in Retirement.
This free toolkit provides valuable insights like ways to transform your worries of retirement into confidence, ways to discover the weak points in your retirement plan, ways even small changes to your retirement plan can make a big difference, and how big your tax bill could be in retirement.
To get Alfie's free retirement toolkit, simply text the word KIT to 239-747-1080. That's KIT to 239-747-1080.
Don't wait and act now. This offer is only available for a limited time. Text KIT to 239-747-1080 today and start building a worry-free retirement.
Welcome to another segment of Team Talk. I'm Mary Thompson in studio with Alfie Townsend, our founder and president. Alfie, in your book, Making Waves in Retirement, you cover a lot of great topics, one of which is market volatility.
Yeah.
And there's so much going on in the market right now, and people are concerned.
They are.
How are you helping guide clients through this market volatility?
Well, the main thing, Mary, you cannot be frozen. Okay, a lot of people are frozen. They don't want to do anything because they see wars, they see the election, they see just so many negativity out there. If you turn on, 24-hour news channel, we had, back when I first got started in 1983, we didn't have the internet. We didn't have 24-hour news. We didn't have any of that. You had to wait for your statements, right? Once a month, you got to look at your statements. Now, you can look at it on your phone 24/7 if you want when the market's open. So there's so much more to get you sort of scared than there was in the past. So volatility, there's things you can do with volatility. There's, we've talked about what a buffer ETF is. That's an exchange traded fund that protects your money the first 15%, 20% down. Okay, so there's things you can do there. There's things you can do with a structured note that gives you a substantial income, 8 to 10%, but it protects your principal up, at the first 30%. So these are things that you can take advantage. And one of the last things that we really want to do is direct indexing. And direct indexing is the more volatile the market, the better it is, because they're looking for opportunities to sell for losses that you can deduct in the future for gains that you have. So, you can, by sitting doing nothing is not good.
Right.
Okay? And that's why it's hard to really do it yourself a lot of times, because they're making, they're not making the same decision that professionals are making, emotion is totally out of it. It's not about the emotion, it's about the right decision. So there are things you can do to take advantage of volatility. At the same time, put buffers in there to protect you, so you have that more comfort feeling and not worry so much about the everyday up and down of the market.
And there is opportunity if you look for it, and going to a professional such as yourself, you know how to find those opportunities that fit the needs of your clients.
Yeah, and we really, Mary, what we do is this. We have managers that manage money for big institutions, that big corporations that most people do not have any access to. Right. But we have the access to them, and we can call them and talk to them, and they are investing our clients' money, and that's what makes it great. So I can focus on our clients when they focus on the money, because they're looking at it all the time. What my job is to put our clients in the right place and then keep our clients informed, but they know they're being taken care of by managers that are institutional money managers, that they are taking, that are managing for, some of them are managing for not just big corporations, but states and pension funds and universities.
Yeah, and I can't speak highly enough about institutional investing, comparing that to retail investing.
Yeah.
You could do retail investing for your grandchildren, but institutional is really special.
Yeah, and we talk about this, Mary, where a lot of people come in and their investments I look at and I say, you have a few $1,000,000 here and you're investing like your grandchild.
Yeah.
And they say, what do you mean? Well, I say, your grandchild that has $1,000 in the account is the same money, that the same funds that they have, you have.
Yeah.
And you should have separate managed accounts. You should have different accounts. And they, after I educate them a little bit about it, they say, you're right. And you want to invest like a billionaire, even though you're not a billionaire, but you want that type of investing.
Right.
You can tell, Mayor, I get a little excited talking about these strategies, and we just love helping our clients here. And if you would like us to help you, give us a call and let's see what we can do for you.
Ready to live your retirement dreams? Then it's time to meet Alfie, Southwest Florida's certified financial planner. Schedule your complimentary retirement income plan review now. You are watching Saving the Investor, where your money matters.
Do you want to live your best retirement? Well, of course you do. The more relevant question is, are you really prepared to do that? Well, certified financial planner professional Alfie Towngend's latest book, Making Waves in Retirement, breaks down the insights he's gained in his 4 decades plus helping people just like you plan for retirement. It features real stories about real people, illustrating what they've done wrong and what they've done right. Inside, you'll find strategies to help retirees and those soon to be retired make the right decisions and avoid costly mistakes. Whether it's battling inflation, navigating market volatility, or managing the threat of recession, these strategies may help you too. In fact, this book is essential for anybody who wants to retire with confidence. And you can have a free copy right now. Just be one of the first 5 people to text BOOK to 239-747-1080. Don't wait to get this incredible resource. Take control of your retirement today. Text BOOK to 239-747-1080 right now and get your free copy of Making Waves in Retirement.
Let's talk about hurricanes for a little bit. Now, we've had our share of hurricanes here in Southwest Florida. And one thing about a hurricane, you do preparation, and that's a good thing about hurricanes. You do have time to prepare. And this year, in the last few years, we've had quite a bit of hurricanes. And so the first thing you do is you're going to make sure you have enough water. Make sure, are you going to be getting out of town, or are you going to stay in town? What are you going to do? What is your preparations? Well, it's the same thing when it comes to retirement. You have a portfolio, and you want to prepare for the storms, because it happens. And the storms, it could be inflation, it could be unemployment numbers go up, it could be a lot of different things. It could be, God forbid, a terrorist attack. So anything can disrupt your retirement. So what do you do in a portfolio to fight against that? And we're always looking at that. And one thing we do is income planning. So income planning is, I would say, one of the hardest things to do, because you have usually low interest rates and you have volatility. So the last thing you want to do is take your money out on your monthly income that you're needing if it's out of a portfolio that is going down. So if you're taking money out of portfolio going down, that's called reverse dollar cost averaging. So you don't want to do that. So you want to make sure you have an income plan in place, and you want to make sure that you're fighting for inflation. And the other thing you want to make sure is that when the market is going down, if it goes down 20%, your portfolio doesn't need to go down 20%. Your portfolio needs to go down like 5%, maybe 10%, half of what the market goes down. So if you don't know what's going on inside your portfolio, we do what we call a retirement simulator. We'll look at that. And when we look at it, we're going to look at it to see where the income's coming from, what you're in. Do you have international stocks? Do you have a lot of small cap? Do you have a lot of utility stocks? What's going on inside your portfolio, and what are the fees inside that portfolio? So the most important thing is make sure you have an income plan, And that income plan is going to really dictate how much you're going to have. When you work, think about it. When you're working, you have money coming in each and every week. The same thing when you retire, you have to have that money coming in each and every month. And that doesn't need to deviate, because if you have to start deviating your monthly income, that becomes a problem right there. So make sure that when you look at your overall plan, you have an income plan, you have a plan to fight inflation, and then you also have a plan to make sure that you have protection inside that plan so you're not losing what the market loses. If you have all that, you're going to have a good plan, and like I said at the beginning, you prepare for a hurricane, and you need to prepare for financial storms also.
You are watching Saving the Investor, where your money matters.
Ladies, are you ready to take charge of your financial future? Alfie Townsend, a seasoned certified financial planner with over 4 decades of experience, specializes in helping women just like you navigate the complexities of wealth management, retirement planning, and investment strategies. With Alfie by your side, you can trust that your financial goals will be met with precision and care. Whether you're looking to grow your savings, secure your retirement, or optimize your investments, Alfie's personalized approach will ensure that your unique needs are understood and addressed. Don't let financial uncertainty hold you back. It's time to seize control and build the future you deserve. Take the first step toward financial empowerment by scheduling a consultation with Alfie today. Call 239-747-1080 and let's start turning your financial dreams into reality. Remember, your financial future is in your hands, and Alfie is here to help you make the most of it. Don't wait any longer. Call Alfie today.
Welcome to Knowledge is Power, and you're going to have a lot of knowledge this morning. So welcome to the show, Jonas Weatherby. You're an estate attorney here in Naples and Fort Myers, and we're going to talk today. I want to know about the difference between the will and a trust, because you hear both of them. Sometimes they're in combination. Sure. They should be, but sometimes people just have a will. So let's start with a will.
Sure. So the basics of a will is it disposes of your assets when you pass. Okay. So there's different parameters that are required within a will. There's the personal representative or the executor that is the one that goes in front of the court.
Okay.
That tells, that works with the judge on making sure that the assets are disposed properly. To sit in that role as the personal representative or an executor, you have to be a blood relative or a Florida resident.
So that's different. Hold on.
Different.
So a lot of times you couldn't have a friend to be your executor of your will. You're saying here in the state of Florida.
That's correct. So a lot of times you'll see people that move from up north and they'll have somebody named, maybe their northern attorney. They can't actually serve in that capacity. So the judge would strike that and would require somebody else to step in. So that's why you want to avoid probate. Your will does not avoid probate, but at least it disposes of your assets.
Yeah.
Okay. Also in your will, we'll cover kind of some tangible items as well, typically. So anything you can touch and move. I'll say a car collection, coin collection, gun collection, whatever that looks like, the tangible items sit there. And when you're disposing of your assets, say you have 2 kids, and you say, you know what, everything's going to go to my 2 kids when I pass. Those tangible items are where you see a lot of the fighting, because if monetarily everything's split, those tangible items are very important. So it's mom's wedding ring, it's dad's class ring that they're fighting over. So if you want that spelled out properly, that's got to be spelled out in your will.
Yeah, so if that's not done properly.
Right.
And then if you don't have a will, so at least a will is important to have. It's the start of estate planning.
It is the basics of an estate plan.
It's the start. And then you have, but if you don't have that, then you have the courts saying what goes to what. If you wanted it, like you were talking about, let's say coin collection, you wanted that to go to your friend.
Right.
then that's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen unless it's spelled out properly. In
Yeah, if it's not, if they don't have a will. So at least a will is what you need, basic.
The basics, the bare bones.
The bare bone basic.
Yeah,
Now you have a trust.
Sure.
So tell our viewers what's the difference between a will and a trust.
Sure.
And there's so many different types of trust.
And there is. So there's lots of different types of trust, and what we'll hit on here is really just your revocable trust. So this trust is a will substitute, really. And so what we're doing here is we're avoiding that probate process with the trust.
Again, will goes through probate, a trust doesn't.
That's correct.
Okay.
So if you want to avoid that process of really a turnkey, if I were to pass and it goes, all these assets go to my wife, let's say, that's a turnkey, basically the assets just pass to her through the trust. We don't have to go through the court at all. There's not the purview of the court at all. So it's private in nature and it's streamlined in nature. Okay, so that's the basic part of the trust, right? Other benefits of the trust are, when you pass funds to your kids, let's just say you have kids, or even nieces and nephews, you can pass those into a trust for their benefit through this trust. And so what that does is that allows us to have some creditor protection for that beneficiary. So my son that receives his inheritance, I'll have somebody that's a trustee of his trust until he's 30.
Okay.
And then I'll turn it over to him, kind of that training will period.
And it protects
from creditors. So
that's at death.
That's at death. So when he receives his inheritance, it's protected from creditors. So if he were to get, let's just say, married and then divorced, that's not a marital asset. So it can really protect you from, I'll say, when I like to joke and say, when your in-laws become the outlaws, it really protects him from that.
That's a big thing.
Very big thing.
Because a lot of our clients, they might love their son-in-law, but they don't. Until they don't. Right. And then, if mom and dad passes, they want to make sure that money stays with their kids.
Sure. You want us to keep it in the bloodline.
Yeah, so the bloodline. So that's where a trust would come in.
That's where trust comes in.
I love it. So there's a whole lot, we're talking about wills and trusts. There is a big difference on that.
Big difference.
If you want to know more about the difference between a will and a trust, we do have an estate planning white page that you can download, and we'll explain a little bit of that, and then give us a call and we'll set you up.
It is not uncommon for people to worry about the future, asking questions like, will my family be taken care of? Or what if I can't make decisions for myself? Well, these are valid concerns, and estate planning is the answer. It's not just for the wealthy either. It's for anybody who wants to ensure that their wishes are honored and their loved ones are protected. A well thought out estate plan is a gift that can provide peace of mind and reduce stress for your family during a challenging time. It's about leaving a legacy of love and clarity, and not confusion or disputes. At the Advantage Retirement Group, we understand the importance of this gift, and that's why we've created a comprehensive white paper called The Greatest Gift: Estate Planning Essentials. This resource will guide you through the key components of estate planning, from wills and trusts to healthcare directives and tax implications, empowering you to make informed decisions for your family's future. If you're ready to give this invaluable gift to your loved ones, I encourage you to reach out today. Just call 239-747-1080, 239-747-1080, or you can visit our website, savingtheinvestor.com, to get your free copy of The Greatest Gift. Let us help you create a lasting legacy that reflects your love and your intentions. Don't wait. Take that first step today, because your family deserves it.
Mondo Uomo offers a remarkable selection of the latest styles in menswear. Visit Mondo Uomo at the Village on Venetian Bay in Naples, Alberto, Bugacci, St. Croix, Zanella. Come see what remarkable shopping is all about.